Call me lazy and whatever, but look, I didn't see this in Blu-ray or IMAX. It didn't deserve that money. Didn't see it in the cinema. Didn't deserve that money. Didn't get it on Blu-ray. Didn't deserve that money. Didn't even get it on DVD. I bought it for £3.50 to rent for 48 hours. And still I feel ripped off. How? Okay, before I start, this is only my opinion, okay? You do not need to agree with it. I'm not saying you should agree with it. If you disagree, if anything, I'd say let your opinion be known. Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your own opinions on this movie. And, as I said, it's just my opinion. Don't take it for a grain of salt. Yeah, it's just not an attack on you. On to the review.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Batman v Superman is DC / Warner Bros. Next big cinematic movie. Yay. And it stars Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, and Jesse Eisenberg. And I'm going to start off with the positives just because I can get through that quickly. Positives. Ben Affleck as Batman is great. Anything Batman-centered is pretty much awesome, with the exception of a couple of design choices. Okay, like, by far the best performance out of everyone is Ben Affleck. Likewise, I really like Jeremy Irons as Alfred, and everything to do with Wonder Woman in terms of her character, in terms of her look, in terms of her acting, is really good. Gal Gadot did a really good job, which makes you look forward to Wonder Woman more and more. In addition to that, the action is pretty exciting. It has some pretty good ideas and so on in there. And, yeah, that's about where... Oh yeah, also cinematography. This film's really well shot, really, like, awesome in terms of photography. But that's where the film stops for me, and it just gets bad. Okay? So let's just go through what I don't like. For a start, Superman is boring. There is nothing interesting about him. I didn't care... Okay, there are going to be spoilers towards the end of the video. But I just didn't care about his character. Like, for a film named Batman vs Superman, you'd think that Superman would be, like, one of the central characters. No. Like Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, and Lois felt like they had more put into them than it was in this, like, Superman. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, and Superman was really bad to me. Likewise, this film had horrible, and I mean horrible pacing. Like, I was an hour into the film and I was bored out of my mind. Like, it was a good, like, 50 minutes or something where there was just nothing happening. Like, there was only one thing to advance the plot, minor thing to advance the plot, which actually didn't mean much. And they just can't do that. Like, this film's just really poorly paced. And, yeah, I don't like the opening. They just like, boring Batman Begins-y flashback thing that was pointless. They do a load of pointless things. I was thinking, this film's 2.5 hours, and they made an extended cut. Why not just have the extended cut, and then just cut the hell of this thing down to make it better paced, and in general just better? However, they didn't do that instead. Instead, they decided, let's throw in some more pointless things, and that's my next point. The Justice League cameos were awful in this film. Okay, I don't want to see, like, I don't even want to see, like, Justice League cameos. Like, they had a weird robot Flash that went into his dream or something like that. Like, what? Like, they showed Cyborg and Aquaman and the Flash and, like, these really bad cameos. And by the way, can I just say, Wonder Woman was thrown in there, okay? She was good, but the thing is, she took center stage and took attention away from Superman, which is pretty dumb on that area. Likewise, I've just got to talk about this. Lois Lane is the most pointless, useless character ever to exist in DC, okay? I swear, like, she had no well, she had a bit of chemistry, but not that much chemistry between her and Clark Kent. There was barely any of that. Likewise, her and, likewise, Lois just had this dumb subplot that no one cared about. Like, it was something to do with exposing Lex Luthor, and that's where my next point is. Lex Luthor was horribly, and I mean horribly, cast. Lex Luthor... Okay, it's not that I'm against the character, but I just didn't get the threat of him, considering he's a goofy scientist. And when I go into goofy, that's because I've got another point. This film is just so boring because there's no fun. Like, there's one or two lines Like, there's I thought she was with you line, and there was one other like exchange that I thought was pretty funny. Like in particular with Jeremy Irons Alfred, he was really good. But one thing that it's just so boring. It's just so bland. Like, there's no fun you can have with this movie. And thank God DC is starting to learn from their mistakes, because this is just not good. And then the story. Oh my god, I have to talk about the story. The story. I don't even know what the story was. Okay, like, I don't think any effort was actually put into the story. Like, there's so many plot holes, there's so many useless things, such bad pacing. This film is poorly written. It isn't even that well directed. It's well shot, good cinematography and photography, but it's not really well directed, and it's just horribly written. I mean horribly. I did not like this. And like, everything was so complicated. Before you say, oh, that's just because you're too dumb. No, it really isn't that. Okay, I promise you, like, I've been thinking, okay, about Lex Luthor's plan, and, like, it does make sense in a way, but it just goes too far. Like, they threw in way too much. I didn't care about anything. And let's just go into spoilers, okay? Right? Okay, so when Superman dies, like, I just give up there. Like, Superman's death was just useless. I could see it coming from a mile away, and there was a huge plot hole there. Likewise, too, like, this dumb plot hole. Like, he's just gonna come back anyway, and I didn't care about Superman. And that's just awful, in my opinion. And, yeah. I've just realised, okay, the spoiler's off now. I'm now just going to say a couple of things to do with sound. There's great music in this, except one. The Wonder Woman theme is just wrongly played. Like, if they'd have played that exact same theme, but with, like, some sort of tribal music, or, like, some sort of, like, anything that sounds like Amazonian or godly, that would have worked better than heavy metal. It just didn't work in the scene. The music they used for the trailer for that. Okay, what I showed you at the beginning there, that's from the trailer. The way they do it in the film is just the music does not fit. They have some really bad film score mixing, and the sound design is just, I don't even know what they did with that. But yeah, in general, this is what I'm going to say on the film. Batman, great. Cinematography, great. Wonder Woman, great. Like, some ideas, great. A couple of design things which I thought were pretty good. And then we have all the bad things, which consist of poor direction, awful, terrible, disgusting writing I just cannot get through. Like, a murderous Batman who doesn't even have anything in the story to explain it. He just does murder people. To be quite frank, guys, I already knew this film was going to be awful. And I think I actually hate it more now that I've seen it. I didn't know that was possible. But what I'm going to say here now is I'd actually like to hear your comments on what you think on Batman vs Superman. Just because I know it's a controversial film. I know none of you are going to agree with this, probably. But yeah, I'd just like to hear your opinion here. Like, don't attack me. It's not an attack on you if you like this movie and I don't. But that's my opinion on the film. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.